We never even got a chance to pour some 45s over the final resting place of one of our homies, Nate, when this busted out.
Breaking news now from Detroit's east side, where a peaceful vigil turned into a violent brawl. 7 Action News reporter Aaron Baskerville live on the scene of this one. Aaron.
Stephen, a lot to get to tonight. First and foremost, we're near the corner of Kilbourne and Leroy on the city's east side. There were about 100 or more people out here just about a half hour ago. There was a shooting early this morning. 3 people were shot. 2 people were killed, 1 injured, and everybody was out here for a candlelight vigil celebrating the life of Nathan Mosby. He was 27 years old. Well, here's some cell phone video that we got about an hour ago of people out here. It shows some tense moments between officers and some of the vigil goers. You can see they have their tasers out, also their weapons, ready for anything to happen. I'm told this all went south or, got into a big situation when the mother of Nathan Mosby actually got into an argument and got into it with one of the mothers of his children. That's when things went south. That's when police officers were called out here. There was a large show of force with them just trying to control the crowd and get everybody under control. I can tell you that several people were arrested, many more were detained. It was simply chaotic for a little while out here. Here's what the mother told me about 2 hours ago on why this all happened. What happened out here? What
happened out here? My son got 2 baby mamas.
Right.
And I asked her, "Where's my son's wallet?"
And she's
like, "Beep, beep, beep. I ain't got it." I'm like, "Well,
so
I just asked for the wallet."
And that's
because I got a social security card. She got all the information.
All his information.
I can't do nothing.
So as you can see right there, it was supposed to be a peaceful vigil, and then those two kind of got into it, and that sparked others to kind of try and control the situation. It got out of hand. Then cops were called in with a show of force from different precincts just to kind of get this under control.
This morning, we now know the names of 2 men killed at a family gathering as they and many others remembered the life of another person who had died. It was a gathering after a funeral. Our Evan Johnson is in the newsroom this morning with new information. Evan?
Hey, Drew. Well, this new information came into the 24-hour newsroom a short time ago. Police say 32-year-old Justin Sims died at the scene after this shooting, and 26-year-old D'Angelo Brown died after he was rushed into emergency surgery at Eskenazi Hospital. Now, officers say a 3-year-old was also shot and is in serious but stable condition this morning at Riley Hospital.
The following day, there was a large demonstration on the streets of Detroit where thousands, no, probably hundreds of thousands of people were carrying signs and chanting, "Don't make the black kids angry." And oh yeah, if anybody comes across Nate's wallet, please let me know.
It was Günter Grass, Nobel Prize winner of Germany, who recently said that Israel was a greater threat to world peace than Iran. Why is this so? I grew up as a Jew, and I will tell you why. You see, I was indoctrinated from childhood with the belief that I belonged to a persecuted people and that every Gentile was a potential enemy. Thus, I was to be wary of the Gentiles who, as Abe Foxman puts it, are infected with anti-Semitism.
I want to talk about some of the specifics of this report. Abraham Foxman is the national director with the Anti-Defamation League. He is in our studio in New York. Hey there, Abe. Let's dig a little deeper into this report. What do you think are the most important takeaways?
I remember when we started doing the surveys in the 60s, approximately 30% of the American people were infected with serious anti-Semitism.
Now, transfer this fear of contagion to Israel, armed to the teeth with nuclear weapons, and you have a nation ready to wage war against the entire world. You see, Israel maintains a state of perpetual hostility with its neighbors and an expansionist policy of a greater Israel extending from Morocco to Afghanistan and beyond. Syria is next on Israel's hit list to split it into competing Islamic militias so that it poses no obstacle to Jewry's quest for global dominance. The victims will be Syrian Christians, of whom Israel and its puppet state, godless America, have no scruples in seeing them murdered into extinction. And with Israel being recognized as a legitimate state with diplomatic residencies throughout the world, it pursues, through local Jewish lobbies, a political agenda that is destructive both to national stability and world peace. For on the one hand, you have the affirmation by the Western world, insisted upon by global Jewry, of a Jewish state, which means nothing less than an antichrist entity with diplomatic credentials. But, on the other hand, you have the surrender by the Western world, manipulated by world Jewry, of their sovereign right to shape their own national interests and identities. Is it any coincidence, then, that the Jewish-inspired Bolshevik Revolution that initiated the obliteration of nation-states and the triumph of Zionism that affirmed the sovereignty of one nation alone, Israel, occurred at the very same time during the final days of World War I? And ever since, an international ruling class has emerged with Jerusalem as its center, which the biblical book of the Revelation calls spiritual Egypt and Sodom and Gomorrah. The Lord rained fire down upon Sodom and Gomorrah, the Bible tells us. And now it appears the only way the beast of global Zionism can be destroyed is by a second fire.